Hey there, Damian McGee here. I had someone ask me not too long ago, what types of books do I read? And the truth is, I read a little bit of everything, but there are a few books that I read all the time that I think have always been impactful to me, have always taught me things, and I honestly believe are books that could benefit anyone who reads them. So periodically throughout this 90 days, I'm going to take a minute and highlight one of those books. So the one I want to highlight today is a book called Tuesdays with Morrie. It's by Mitch Albom. Now, this book came out a little while ago. Let me see if I can find that. I know some of you are looking at this like, wow, this guy still has books. So this book came out in 1997. I've read this book probably at least once a year since I've owned it. And over the last couple of years, I find myself reading it, feels like every couple months. I always find something new in it. I always highlight something new or go back to something I highlighted before. It's really a great book. It's just the premise is that the author Mitch Albom goes and talks to an old instructor of his, and every Tuesday they sit and have a conversation just about life in general. The instructor is dying, and Mitch Albom is kind of documenting this gentleman's life lessons or what he has learned throughout his life. And so, they talk about the 13 weeks go through different topics, if you will. So it's the world, it's feeling sorry for yourself, regret, death, family, emotions, money, marriage, forgiveness, all kinds of things. But it's really good. It's good for any age. I think it really just helps you look at things differently. Sometimes it helps to get a different perspective on things, just to spur yourself thinking. A lot of times people are looking for information in other places and they're looking for the right answers. And I've found that many times the answers are within you. It just takes something else to kind of spark that thought process within yourself to kind of help you align what you think or what you believe. And it doesn't matter if you agree with everything you read. It doesn't matter if you agree with everything that you hear. But, taking in more information, I think, helps you decide what you believe and where you stand. So this is a book that I highly, highly recommend. Again, it's Tuesdays with Morrie. And no, I don't know Mitch Albom, and no, he's not paying me if you buy this book. I would like to meet him, though, but that's neither here nor there. So one thing I wanted to read in the book before I get out of here is a section where he's talking to the teacher and they're talking about death. This is towards the end, right before the gentleman passes. And he says, as long as we can love each other and remember the feeling of love we had, we can die without ever really going away. All the love you created is still here. All the memories are still there. You live on in the hearts of everyone you have touched and nurtured while you were here. Death ends a life, not a relationship. So for me, that just stands out because I have children. And so I think about everything all the time we spend together, all the good times, all the bad times. And honestly, my goal or my hope, my dream is that, when the day comes that I die, that hopefully, my children and I and the people I love have created the type of relationship that lives on and lives on positively. And really, that's all you can hope for. So, think about the people around you, think about the relationships you have, think about the relationships you're creating. And I would say, instead of worrying about death, be it yours or theirs, worry about life and worry about the relationships that you have now, and create relationships that create the type of relationships that you want to live past you. Remember, if you're seeing this, you're still alive in spite of everything the world has thrown at you. So if you like this video, leave a comment down in the bottom and share it with someone else who might be interested in picking up a new book, and subscribe to the page.